Are you not sure about where you are going in life right now? Or maybe things have gone so wrong in your life that you don't know which step to take next. Have I got a verse for you? And it's one of my absolute favorites. Proverbs 16 verse 9. And this is what it says. In their hearts, humans plan their course, but the Lord establishes their steps. We all make plans, don't we? We have dreams and visions and we set goals for our life. But what happens when things don't go according to plan? Or maybe you don't exactly know what to do with your life at the moment. This verse was my anchor when I was in a similar situation as well. What I love about this verse is that it is a powerful reminder of God's sovereignty over our lives. Basically, as much as we can plan our future, as much as we think that by this age we should have this, or by this age I should be married, or by the time I get to this city then everything should be perfect exactly how I want it to be, life isn't always like that. We can plan our steps. We can plan our lives out meticulously. But life does not play fair. Circumstances happen, things happen, text messages come up that completely blindside you. Nothing adequately prepares us for the unpredictability of life. But what I love about this verse is that it shows us that we have an immovable God who is always constant despite life's unpredictability. As much as we can think or plan about the future, ultimately it is God's will that will come to pass. Sometimes we can have this tension as to how much of things is God's will and how much of things is our own free will. Of course, many theologians and theological disputes have arisen from this tension, but both are true. There is a balance between our free will and God's sovereignty. Both happen at the same time. Think of it this way. We are co-authors of our story in this life, but God is the editor-in-chief. So with that in mind, as much as we think about our future and as much as we plan our future, it is up to God and His will to bring it to pass. But look at it this way. It is incredible to know that God's hand is upon us in every season of our lives. He guides us in every season, especially in the times when we don't know what to do. When we feel like God is distant, that is the time when He is most close. So let's dig deeper into this verse. What does it mean when God says He establishes our steps? The Hebrew word for establish is kun, and kun basically means to make firm or secure. What this tells us is that God is not just pointing us in a direction as to where we need to go, but rather He is helping us and guiding us into making firm and secure steps towards our destiny in accordance to His will. The word for steps in Hebrew can also mean our actions and our decisions. So this doesn't just apply to the decisions that we make in life as to where we need to walk, but rather God is intimately involved with our entire lives, our entire being, and God is interested in directing our whole life. There is incredible comfort in this verse because this life is so uncertain. Things can come up against us that completely blindside us. Yet this verse encourages us that God's hand upon our life is permanent. He will ensure that we take the right steps, and He will guide us and lead us and direct us into making the right decisions. He will tell us which opportunities to say yes to. Likewise, He will tell us which opportunities to say no to. He will open doors and close others. And I know this personally in my life. Many years ago, I tried to do things in my own strength. I tried to plan my life out meticulously, and I expected promotions where I didn't get promotions. I expected things to work out in my favor, and they didn't. Despite me planning my life out meticulously, things did not always work out in my favor. In fact, I never thought I would be doing this right now. But God, through His sovereign hand, was directing my steps, ensuring that I would be in this position ministering to you right now. As much as I tried to plan my own life and to ensure that I took my own steps, it was ultimately God's will that prevailed for my life. And let me tell you, I prefer God's will. His will is so much more than we could ask or think. He has an incredible plan for our lives, for good and not of evil. He makes all things work out for our good, and He knows exactly what He wants us to do for His plan to be accomplished. It is incredible to have the opportunity to partner with God's plan for this world. Wouldn't you want to do that? So I encourage you, friends, whenever you want to plan things in your life, and it's good that you plan things for your life. It's good that you have dreams, visions, and desires, things that you want to accomplish. All I'm saying that you should do is take your plans and put them in the hands of God. He knows exactly what will work, what will not work, and ultimately, if you submit your plans to His will for your life will be accomplished because He is the one who is directing your steps. God is intimately acquainted with our heart. In Hebrew, the word for heart here is lev, which doesn't just talk about our emotions, but our mind and our will. So God is basically telling us He is intimately acquainted with our entire being. He knows how we feel when we get rejected. He knows how disappointed we may be when we try to plan something and it didn't work out. Despite all of this, God will be the one to direct your steps. And in His sovereign hand, guiding you into His will, you will have a much fruitful life sticking with God's will than if you try to do your own plan. Always remember, friends, God's hand is upon your life. As much as you can make your plans, and it is good that you make plans, it is ultimately His will that will come to pass in our life. Co-author your story with God, because God writes the most amazing stories, and you can see it in the Bible. I can guarantee you that God's plan for your life is much more adventurous and much more fulfilling than what you can come up with. Submit your plans into His hands and watch what God can do with your life. Is this one of your favorite verses, or do you have a testimony attached to this verse? I would love to hear it. Please leave a comment below. And if you haven't done so as yet, please like the video, hit that subscribe button, and share it with a friend who might need to hear it. Until the next one, take care and God bless.